right, let's go.
No, go.
You good? All right. Well, so just kind of tell us, primaries are tomorrow, obviously. New York State's in play. What's kind of the big issues that you think people should vote for your mother for?
Well, I think voting is really personal to each one of us, so I would never say kind of what my issues are should be someone else's issues, but what I hope will matter to voters regardless of their issue is that my mom is the candidate who has a real record of being able to deliver change. Not just talk about it, but actually deliver it. Whether we're looking at healthcare reform and her work with the Children's Health Insurance Program that now insures more than 8 million low-income American children, like more than 100,000 here in New York. We're looking at education reform. She's the one who led the effort to double federal funding for early Head Start programs, Veterans Affairs, expanding the VA system to include our National Guardsmen and women who serve our country overseas, so when they come home they and their families can be part of the VA system, and so many other areas. She's the one who's actually, I think, driven real progress that have made a real difference in so many New Yorkers' lives. And I hope it will also matter to voters that, again, whatever your issue is, she's the only person who tells you how she's going to pay for everything. So whether that's infrastructure investment or advanced manufacturing for central and upstate New York, she's the candidate who tells you how she's going to pay to get it done. And I think if someone already knows how they're going to pay for something, they probably have a better chance of being able to get it done. Just the last kind of answer to your question is that I hope it'll matter to voters that she's the only candidate, Democratic or Republican, who doesn't rely on raising middle-class or working-class taxes to pay for her programs. And she said unequivocally she won't raise middle-class taxes. So I hope that'll matter to voters too.
But this being her home state, kind of, how is she approaching this primary versus the rest?
Well, she is working hard for every vote. I'm not sure exactly where she is at this moment in time. I think she's somewhere in New York City. I think my dad is in Buffalo, or probably somewhere else besides Buffalo now. That's where he was a few hours ago. So we're working as hard as we can to reach as many people as we can across the state to talk about what's at stake in this election, to talk about why we believe my mom is the candidate we need, to talk about all the work that she did as our senator to help protect our first responders who responded so courageously after 9/11, to bring jobs to communities like Rome, and truly here in Rome. And so we're just going to talk to as many people as we can between now and the polls close tomorrow at 9 p.m. And I hope a lot of people are going to think about what they want to see in their lives for their children and realize my mom is the best person to deliver that, and she'll vote for tomorrow.
And we're at a daycare center now. You're pushing. You're a mom. Obviously, your mom is a mom as well. So what's changed over the years now that you are a mother?
Well, I think everything has changed. I mean, everything that I cared about before, I care even more intensely about. Things that I had long cared about, like early childhood education, feel more personal to me. Gun control certainly feels more personal to me when I think about what we need to do to protect our children in facilities like Little Learners, where we are now, or in any school, or really anywhere across the country. So that to me is the biggest shift. So as kind of personal as this election is in some ways, because my mom is running and I'm so proud that she's running, for me, my main identity now is as my daughter's mother and as her future little sister or little brother's mother. And that's what's really driving me to just talk to as many people as I can here in Rome and across New York about what's at stake in this election and why, as a daughter, but even more as a mom, I'm supporting my mom.
One or two more, are we good?
I'm good. I think I'm good.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.